Okay.
I'm going to start recording here as people pour in here. Yeah, the Central Jersey, we've had this place for a while. We used to come here for the summers. We were living in Pennsylvania before we moved to Florida. And now, we get to come here to escape the Florida heat, which we've done, although it's not been that bad in Florida, but it is the rainy season there too. And they get rain, almost every day for a short time. But
Yeah.
so we get to avoid a little bit of that, which is good. But it's been actually really unseasonably cool here in New Jersey. It's like sometimes you're wearing a thin coat, and my wife always is, and or like a long sleeve shirt and long pants. It's actually been chilly, although it's better now. Today was up to like 84, 85. Looks like we
Yeah.
got some good weather coming in now.
I got to put the long pants and long sleeve shirts on in the morning when I take the dog out.
Yeah, been chilly. Where are you located?
I'm in Haddonfield, right
Oh, yeah,
outside
you're
of
in
Philadelphia.
Yeah. So you know what it's like, the weather here. It's been weird.
Yeah.
Although you're a little warmer, so we got the natural air conditioning here from the ocean. So if we get an east breeze, it's good 10, 15 degrees colder than Haddonfield is usually.
Yeah.
West breeze has been warm. Today was good. Today was definitely good. Actually, I'm going to jump into it here. Just people will start pouring in. Just want to do a little screen share. We're going to go over some things here. All right, can you guys see that? The little overview of tonight's call?
Yep.
Good. So one of the things I wanted to point out, just it's a good sign, right? So this was an article on a couple different places, but it started on Yahoo. And it was just basically they were taking a survey, and 26% of households, and it's in the US, are buying Bitcoin, up from 23% last year, which is good news, right? It means you're getting some adoption. It's continuing to grow, even in a down market. So that's pretty big right there. And then I wanted to get into what you guys want to know is what I am buying right now. So here's my top, and the highlighted ones are the ones that I'm focusing more on. And every single one on the sheet, by the way, you guys can get on Binance.us. So if you guys open up a Binance.us account, you can get the app on your phone too. Very easy to use, just like Coinbase is. It's very, very simple to use. Not quite as simple as Coinbase, but pretty similar. And their fees are lower than Coinbase, which is good. And if you get the BNB token, their Binance token, if you buy some of that, it reduces your trading fees in like half. So it reduces them even more. So I buy it and I just hold it. You can stake the BNB token for like, it was either 6.5 or 8.5% if you want to stake it. I haven't bothered staking it because I don't have enough to really make it worthwhile. But if I add a few more, maybe I will. But the ones I'm buying there now, because Theta and Theta Fuel are on there now. So I am buying them a little bit here and there on that, buying them occasionally, and then moving them off onto my cold storage wallet when needed, or it's actually my Theta mobile wallet. And then this is Persistence XPRT. This one is actually the only one on this list that you can't get at Binance. This one you have to get on KuCoin, which means you either have to get a VPN or you're just doing a small amount and transferring it to your Persistence wallet and then staking it there. And then Near, I really like Near. That one's really moving up the charts too. ADA is Cardano, and Polkadot. The prices are just phenomenal on these right now. And then there's Atomic, which is Cosmos, Atom, which is Cosmos here. And you can stake this for, I believe it's 12.2% roughly on Binance, I believe, and as well as others too. You can stake it and earn pretty good. And you can on the Atomic wallet, obviously, and Exodus wallet too. Then VET, which is VeChain, then Zilliqa, and these are super inexpensive right now, like 4 cents. Chainlink, which is somewhere around 6. Actually, I should look up some of these numbers here and see how much they fluctuated, but I think it's around 5 or 6 or 7 that's been fluctuating in that range there. $6.20. And then XLM, which is Stellar Lumens, which is almost 11 cents, just under. Engine, which is kind of a competitor a little bit with Theta, but it's a very good one. Aave, which is a DeFi, decentralized finance exchange, which is probably the biggest one still out there. It's one I'm adding, but adding slower on just because what's going on in the market is affecting the DeFi space. And we'll get into that in a little bit here. Decentraland, which is Mana, Sandbox, and Gala. Those are my three biggest plays for the metaverse, for gaming and the metaverse. So those are ones I'm loading up on with these, what do you call it, probably 6 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different tokens being my top plays right now. And what I'm doing is I'm dollar cost averaging, and I'm actually buying in this market right now. So if you're thinking about buying, I want to say this, that not giving you investment advice or anything, but now is the time to buy if you're thinking about buying, and dollar cost averaging buying, right? So dollar cost averaging, if you plan on putting, whether it's 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or more into the market, do increments like each week or each day right now. Just do a little bit here and there. If you want to get Bitcoin, just keep doing Bitcoin. If you're looking for some of the others, you know, some of these other ones on the list, just keep dollar cost averaging and buy some when you see a down day on a certain particular one, and you see a down day on another one another time, then, you know, I mean, just keep doing it that way. Whichever one's down, and usually they go down all together, but not always. Sometimes some will go up and a few others are going down. And if one's hit particularly down harder than another, that can be a good buy to pick up at that point. So one of the guys I follow on technical analysis, he's been really, really good. And I followed him since 2018. His name is Marty Hibbs. He's actually out of Canada. And I had a meeting with him this morning. It was actually a small group meeting we had there. And he was going through, and this guy's really good. He's been a technical analysis on a stock exchange and commodities since the 80s. This guy's been doing this for a really, really long time. I've actually taken a class of his, and I'm probably going to end up taking more. Let me know if you guys are interested in taking this class. It's really good. And if you are interested, his website is Bullshift. That's BULLSHIFT 2020.com. He's building out his website now, but it's going to become pretty robust and pretty good. But what he's seeing is Bitcoin looks like it will start going up somewhere between August. He's given a big range here, somewhere between August this year and December, somewhere in that range. He said it could be a little bit earlier, but the way the charts are looking right now, it's looking like that time frame. He's leaning a little more towards August, but he said, you know, there's different things that could come up, obviously, and affect that escalation of war, because he's expecting escalation of war in the fall, which is going to do a whole bunch of weird things to, you know, mess every single market up. He believes the bottom to be around 12,000, but he thinks it's unlikely to get there. He thinks if it gets to 12,000, it'll hit 12,000 so quick you won't be able to buy it there, that it'll shoot right back up. So it'll hit it and you'll try to buy it. If you just happen to be in the market at that time, you'll try to hit it and you'll probably miss it on the way up. He thinks somewhere in a 14 to 17,000 is the most likely one down. But he also did say, and he gave a lot of caveats, he said it could go up to 30,000 now, like in the next week or two, go up to 30,000 and then still get down into that region, still drop down in that 12 to really more likely 14 to $17,000 region. But he also did say, and this really surprised me a bit, he said when it starts going up, he's thinking it's going to be a 1 to 2 year bull cycle, like a prolonged bull cycle, a pretty good long period bull cycle. He threw a lot of different factors into that. Like he thinks the dollar will be weakening at the point, which will push it up if the dollar is weakening. A big effect we're getting in cryptos and just all the markets right now is the dollar is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, because it's really the last man standing right now as far as all the currencies out there, the fiat currencies. Another thing I want you guys to do is keep your eye on USDT, which is Tether. Tether, it may be facing a short squeeze, and it looks like people are trying to short squeeze it, trying to do to that what they did to the Terra dollar, USD, the Terra USD, what was it? USD, I can't remember what that one was. TUSD, that's what that one was, Terra USD, which is of course gone and was mostly wiped out there. So keep your eye on that, because if that gets hit, then the markets will tank again and push it down into Bitcoin back into this region. And Bitcoin's right around 20,000, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, 20,000 almost on a button, 20,018. So I'm going to keep dollar cost average in Bitcoin myself personally a little bit every single day. Besides these other ones here, I'm going to do a little bit of Bitcoin too, smaller amounts of Bitcoin than I do these top 14, say, that I have right in here, just a little bit here and there. Because what happens is you don't want to be too heavy in Bitcoin, because what will happen is these will all outperform Bitcoin once Bitcoin starts getting moving. Once it gets moving, the alts will outperform it. It's kind of like what I'll go down here into the bottom. Silver's a great buy right now. It's very inexpensive. And if you're thinking of silver and gold, which I am, I do buy silver, and I buy way more silver than gold. Silver 1 ounce rounds, because it's nice and easy to buy and sell. And silver goes up exponentially higher than gold when they run up. It's just like silver's like the altcoins and gold is like Bitcoin. So kind of look at both in the same way. Both are storage of value. And what'll happen is once the US dollar hits its peak, where it's really going up pretty good right now, once it hits its peak, which who knows when that'll be, it could be this year, it could be down the road, but probably this year into the fall. Once that starts going down, you're going to start seeing both the stock equity markets, stock markets, all these other markets start to take back off again, because people then put their money back into the equities, into the markets. And the other thing I want to warn you guys of: steer clear of lending platforms like Celsius and BlockFi. You see Celsius getting hit pretty hard. I think they're going to survive. I believe they will, but I don't know for sure. But they keep adding reserves every single day, so they're trying to stabilize themselves is what they're trying to do right now. And hopefully they can, knock on wood, because they got a really nice platform and a lot of people are on that. I actually have an account with both them and BlockFi, but I've never put anything there. The reason I did, they offered a nice return on whether it's Ethereum or Bitcoin or some of these other altcoins, but I would actually have to give up custody and give it to them. And I was always leery of that. I didn't want to do it. And I'm glad I didn't, because now I would have had my Bitcoin locked up while they go through with what they're doing. So that's why not in your possession, not your coins, right? If it's not in your cold storage wallets, you don't technically possess it. If you're leaving on the exchanges, they possess it and you lose control. It's like your money in the banks compared to cash in your mattress, right? You control what's in your house, in your safe, or in your mattress. You don't control what the bank has. The bank could shut down, put a bank holiday, and just stop everything. So same way with cryptos, right? Keep your keys and your passwords very, very well protected. Very, very important. But that's what's going on right now. I'm going to stop this share and I'm going to pull up another share here for you guys. All right, we'll go through the charts real quick, right? Just look at what's going on in the top ones here. And then we're going to get in a little heavy Q&A with you guys. And I want to see what you guys are thinking, what direction you guys are looking to go, and if there's anything you're looking at particular. But we'll go through the top 30 and see if anything really is big here. Now it's pretty much locked in, pretty similar to what it's been here over the last few months. Shiba Inu has had a couple of nice upticks. Ethereum has been pretty flat and pretty inexpensive. XRP too. Here's a BNB token, the one I was telling you about. If you go into Binance Exchange to buy that, and you'll be able to have reduced fees on here. But keep a close eye on Tether and make sure it stays at or near $1. I've seen it in 99, which happens sometimes, but it's been right around that $1 pretty consistently. Ethereum at a good number, really good number right now, 1,093. Watch for it to go under 1,000. You see it dip under 1,000. Great buying opportunities right there. I don't know how far below it'll go 1,000, but I think it was at 900 or something about a week ago. And Bitcoin got to 18 and change. So you see anything Bitcoin 20 and below, it's just, even this, what it is now, 21, I would call it, to me is still a good buying opportunity. Let's go to the fear and greed index. Obviously, you're still extreme fear. Last week it was 12, it's at 13 now. It's pretty much the same, not a whole lot of change. But a big change from the past month here. People are just more fearful overall with everything that's going on, and all the markets increasing, gas prices, guys now increasing, cost of food, all these different things. Bitcoin dominance has started to spike a little bit here. Nothing big, but started to. But it was up to 48% about a week or so ago. So it may shoot back up there again. When it gets close to 50, that's really strong dominance. So it's getting up there now at near 44. So keep your eye on that. As this goes up and then the alts start to run, the Bitcoin dominance will start to drop, because that's always the Bitcoin dominance chart is based off what Bitcoin's doing versus the other altcoins out there, which is everything other than Bitcoin, as you guys know. Let's see what we got here. Anything new? MicroStrategy is going to continue to buy more Bitcoin, which is good. You got to love Michael Saylor. He's all in on it. And here's Tether, right? How traders are shorting Tether stablecoins. So keep your eye on that, right? Keep your eye on Tether. Just keep focused on that. There's some great articles in some of these things here. 12 best lending platforms. These are the ones I was warning you. Don't go to any of these lending platforms right now. Steer clear of these right now. Aave would be the only one that I like the most, and they're different, but you still could lose custody. I like them long term, but I still wouldn't right now while the market's unstable. Don't put it on any of these things. Hold your coins in your own custody would be my recommendation. Celsius is doing okay, but compared to what it was a week or so ago, was not looking good. And this is that article where Grayscale was talking about over 25% of people in the US are buying Bitcoin right now, and 46 and 44% of those people also held Ethereum and Dogecoin. So interesting numbers right there. Another good little article to read on if you're ever bored. And then I wanted to go over real quick. Let's see. So I'm on the Binance. This is the Binance US exchange, and I have a little bit. You see, I have a small balance there. You want to see my balances get too much higher than that and what I leave. This is what I bought a little bit today of Theta and Theta Fuel and some SHIB and some Matic. Actually, SHIB has been it's been in that account. I'm waiting for that one to go up and then I'll sell that. And same with Matic, actually, that one's been there a little bit. And here is my BNB token, which helps get me a reduced amount. But Bitcoin Cash, Theta Fuel, I'm going to keep going. But if you look, you'll see a lot of tokens here that you guys can get at very inexpensive cost. Here's Near Protocol. I'm going to start buying this up here this week. A little bit more Gala. What else we got? Alien Worlds is one I like in a bull market. Don't buy this one right now. That is a metaverse play. Steer clear of those would be my recommendation. I personally wouldn't be buying them. They still have the Terra Classic in here. Terra Luna, just steer clear of it. Don't even bother with it. I wouldn't mess with it. It still has too much negativeness to it. Not that it can't go up, but just not big on it right now. Here's Cosmos, VeChain, Zilliqa, Tezos is solid too, Hedera, Hashgraph, but they aren't in my top. None of those are my top plays really. Solana is a good one. If you're thinking about Solana is definitely a good play. It's Ethereum competitor. That would probably be the next coin I would put on there to be buying additional of, and it's around $35. And I wanted to play this for you guys real quick. This is a real good thing on Crypto Banner. I think this was today. He talks a little bit about Bitcoin and past previous crashes on Bitcoin and where the number is around. It typically goes, you'll have that 70 to 80% crash in Bitcoin from peak in a cycle, peak price being 69,000 it was in November 21 to now around 20,000. But I'll let him, I'm going to play this for a little bit. It's a pretty short clip, a couple minutes long here. If you guys can't hear it, let me know, but I'm going to start playing it now.
History of the Bitcoin drawdowns. And you look at the worst drawdowns, even starting off in 2011, and very hard to compare data in 2011 because we never had exchanges. They weren't as sophisticated, but you're talking about 70%. You're talking about a 90% in 2012. But you should probably look at the more recent history, because then we had more liquidity, we had more exchanges, we had more participants in the market. So probably anything after 2015. So the worst drawdown that we've had was in 2015, and we had a 71.4% drawdown in the price of Bitcoin, or sorry, 82% on the week, but probably 70% not on the week. But let's go to the bottom of the week. Yeah, an 80% drawdown in Bitcoin's price, and then from that point it rallied, and it rallied 20-30x from that point. The next drawdown that you had was during the bear, which was the big bear market, and then you had an 80% drawdown from Bitcoin. Then in COVID, which was over here, you had a 55% drawdown. So there we go. And now, if you kind of look at where we are today, let me just zoom in a little bit first, just so we can get a better view of where we're at. So here, now, where are we now? We're about 70% from all-time high. So we are now 70% from Bitcoin's all-time high. So you got to like take this into perspective and say, we are 70% from the all-time high. We may go down another 5%, but this is kind of what the range is for drawdown. And unless we completely invalidate the cycle, and I did show you guys the other day how there is a possibility, if you look at the weekly chart, and I mean, for those of you who didn't watch the other day, you take Bitcoin's total life cycle. This is Bitcoin's entire life. And for Bitcoin's entire life, it's remained over the 200-week moving average, which is a 4-year moving average, which is it's the biggest trend that we can view on Bitcoin. And it has only broken down here, once over here. And now for the first time over here, we're now in the 3rd week of Bitcoin being under the 200-week moving average. And the reality is that it doesn't look like we're going to break out. It probably means we're going to go into a 4th week. Because unless we go to 22,500, 22,600, we're probably going to spend another week below the 200-week moving average. And that would be the longest that Bitcoin's ever spent under the 200-week moving average. And unless you feel that this trend is completely invalidated and will never break above the 200-week moving average, or won't do it very soon, then you can kind of believe that we're going to be range bound, we're going to get these ups and downs, but ultimately, this always happens, and Bitcoin keeps recovering and keeps recovering and keeps recovering. And that's pretty much where we are today. I think I read this thing from Alex Becker today, and I think he's right. He's saying, look, right now it feels like there's a battle amongst the big boys. You got Celsius going down, BlockFi going down. You got USDC. I'll show you some FUD on you. Even USDC is being attacked, and it feels like it's big people betting against USDC and USDT and Celsius and Voyager. And what we can do as retail investors is we can take advantage of this. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to get caught in between the fire, between the big institutions. But what you...
All right, I'm going to pause it there, guys, because we already kind of talked a little bit about that with the BlockFi and Celsius there. But basically what it's looking like, and this is why Marty Hibbs was talking about that during the technical analysis, that looks like we're close to the bottom. And it's a good time to start dollar cost averaging, because it's not impossible. It's really difficult to time the bottom. So if you're dollar cost averaging in when you're near, like we're 70-some% below the peak, and usually it's 70-some to 80% below the drop off from the peak of the market. So we're in that area right now. So now is definitely a good time, I think personally, and what I'm doing, dollar cost averaging in, and I'm dollar cost averaging into those alts I showed you, but also a little bit of Bitcoin too. Do what you like though. If you're comfortable, if you want to just stick with the big one, stick with Bitcoin, totally fine with that, because you know that one's going to be around. It's got staying power. It's been around for a long time. Now, I don't want to rant anymore, so I want to open up to you guys. If you guys have questions, any kind of questions, fire away right now. Just unmute yourself and let's talk, and let's get a little conversation going if we can. Anybody got anything?
Paul, are you saying, I have a question.
Yep.
Paul, are you saying that, I want to make sure, because when all this started happening, I was going to go with, what's the company that takes it? You pay $2,000.
Oh, Caleb and Brown.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I decided I wanted to keep control. And so to really keep control, you're saying I need to just literally put it in a wallet. Is that
In a cold
right?
storage wallet. Yeah, even if
Okay.
it's just, it doesn't have to be, remember we opened up I think it was the Atomic wallet?
Yeah,
That kind of wallet too is going to give you a heck of a lot extra security. You control the tokens in that wallet as well.
so that was my question. If I
Mhm.
put it in the Atomic wallet, I'll be okay.
Yes, you'll
Okay,
be good. And as a matter of fact, you can stake and earn certain cryptos in that, which we went over during the master class there. So
right.
definitely a great one to be in. I hold a pretty substantial amount, believe it or not, in the Atomic and Exodus wallets. So I do have a pretty big balances there. So I feel really, really comfortable with them. They've been around for a long time and they have not, I'm going to knock wood, they haven't had issues. So they're pretty solid. Anything can have an issue, but when it's not cold storage. But the reason I have a bit in there is because I'm staking certain cryptos, right? Staking a good amount of cryptos there. So
Well,
that's
that's
why
what I wanted to do also, is I wanted to stake it. That's the other reason why I had held off on the Brown, Caleb and Brown.
Caleb and Brown. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's okay to be holding off with them right now, because until we get into a bull market, it's not a bad idea to like set up an account. If you haven't set up an account with them, you don't have to send them funds yet.
Yeah,
But when you're ready to do it, you can do it, and you can actually transfer just cryptos to them too. So you don't have to send just $2,000. You can send cryptos over to them and they'll hold them in a wallet for you if you want a certain amount that you plan on selling when the market goes up. Or you can just wait till the market goes up, and we're still talking on these weekly or every other week sessions here.
right.
And we can go over it, like now might be a good time to sell some of this if you got it, and it might be a good opportunity to make some money back here. So we'll definitely talk about that, but you could still send it to Caleb Brown really, really easily.
Okay,
So
okay.
you don't have to be
Yeah,
totally
so
set up with that.
I can go ahead and open an account with them without sending
Yes, you can.
funds to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just make sure you
Because
open it with that link I sent you so they give you the discounted rate.
Yeah, I might have to, that was the other thing. I think I forgot last time, but I need you to send me that link again.
I'll resend the links then. I'll resend it for the Binance one too, so because you guys
Okay.
get something off of that. So I'll resend all of them, right?
Oh,
So
good.
Bitmart,
Okay.
Binance, all of them.
Okay.
The links for all those things, so you guys can do it. Because I think I have it all in 1 or 2 pages. So I'll just forward those to you guys.
Okay, great. That'll help.
And I like your philosophy there. You know, just you would hold it in the Atomic wallet, stake what you can. I don't know if you can stake. You might be able to stake Polkadot in there, but if not, if you want to buy Polkadot, and you could stake that one on Binance or stake that one on
Binance, okay.
Voyager. Yeah. So
I
you
think
can still-
I saw it on Binance, but I'm not sure about the Atomic one, but I did see it on Binance, I know.
Yeah, and they're paying some pretty decent rates on staking right now on Binance.us. So keep that in mind too. And there's a little bit of staking I do. I don't think I have anything on Binance. The only ones I'm staking, and they're small amounts on exchange, is with crypto.com, that app. So
Yeah,
the Crow token and maybe one other small token I'm staking there. But yeah, there's some still pretty darn good rates for staking on those things right now. But now's a good time to be buying while the market's on sale. And then, you know, hopefully we're still talking 6 months down the road, and all our portfolios are way up higher. Knock wood. That's what we're hoping here, right? And then we'll start talking our conversations, be like, all right, now it's time to start taking profits on some of these things and putting that money aside. And if you wanted to use for a vacation, go ahead and do that. So yeah, because we still got some rough go ahead with us. We got a lot of headwinds
Right.
and tailwinds in the markets, and all the markets. You know,
There's a
right?
tiny wheelchair, right? Oh, just a little one.
Anybody else have any questions on anything? And if you have more, Janice, feel free to fire away too if you have more questions.
no, just basically, I had forgotten to ask you, if you're gonna send me all those links again.
Send all those links. Yeah.
Okay,
Do
that'll
that
be
right
great.
after the call here. I'll send you guys those links.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You got it. You got it. Nick, do you have any questions on anything over there in Haddonfield?
No, I'm gonna open Binance, and I'm actually going to start the dollar cost averaging. I'm gonna do a little bit each week, and
Perfect.
maybe even each day, depending on,
Yeah, and watch the market. So if you see a big down day, it's a great time to be buying those when you see those down days. And maybe a dollar cost average a little bit when you got those bigger down days. And then when you see an up day, maybe that's a day you take off from dollar cost averaging, right? Just hit the red markets, buy the red, and then the greens, you're all positive at that point.
Yep.
So yeah, so
And
finance
I
is good.
also-
Go
I
ahead.
also want to thank you for that email you sent with the links to the prior calls, because there was a couple of them I was traveling and I didn't get a chance to get on. So I'll be looking
Terrific.
at them too. So thanks again.
You got it. And what I have now, and I don't think that I'm not sure if I sent it out in that last email. Maybe I did. I created an Excel spreadsheet with links to all the calls. And each week I'll update it. So you guys will now, if you want to look at a past call, you can just open an updated spreadsheet I'll send you. You'll click on that and it'll take you right to that call if you missed that call. And each week you should be getting that. And then I'm going to be giving you a newsletter, which I've started a newsletter here. I'm just trying to figure out which format to put it in here. And I don't want too much stuff. I want to kind of keep it basic and then keep it as much newsletter as I can here for you guys. Just give you like the long, short, why things went up, why things went down, what's going on in the market type deal. So it'd be short, sweet, to the point, and probably no more than 2 pages.
Cool.
But that's going to start here in July. We're almost there.
Yep.
So
any
other questions?
No, Paul, but I want to let you know that if I go away, for the last 2 days, I've been on a Zoom call and the stupid power company flicks off and throws me in Never Land. And so I have to reboot everything and whatever. So I'm glad you're putting those, because I was, for another reason, in a call yesterday, and just out of nowhere, boom, we had no power. And then once power comes back, then you got to reboot. It didn't come back instantly. The Wi-Fi and everything has to reboot itself.
Takes a while. Yeah, no, you're right. It takes a while. Were you getting storms, or is it just like?
Yeah, it's just started. That's why I asked. I just hear it. It just started storming. We get storms every day right now. It's June in Florida. In June, Florida, we get rain every day. But
that's
now
right. Are you in St. Petersburg?
Yeah.
Is that where you are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we're not just getting rain. We get at night. It storms every night. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the rainy
Well, we're
season.
glad it storms at night rather than in the day when you're trying to get somewhere.
Absolutely.
People think this is crazy, but whatever time, when June starts, whatever time it rains, then they do the same thing every day for the entire month. So I'm glad it's doing night this time and not rush hour.
Yeah, totally. Right. Reduce the accidents and those problems getting back home. That's for sure. Nighttime is the best time. I love the sound of rain when I'm sleeping at the roof and stuff.
I knew when I was a little girl, my dad built us a house from the ground up, and we had a tin roof before tin roofs could come back.
You get it on a tin roof.
Yeah, before tin roofs came back, and I was going to give me another tin roof. We were kids. We used to love, because it was 2-story, and we would go upstairs where we were closer to it, and with a tin roof, you could just sleep forever.
Yeah, I know. It's like it just relaxes you. I love the sound of the rain hitting the metal roof. That is for sure. It is relaxing. Unless you get hail. Hail's loud.
Yeah, it is. Hail is not good.
No, not on the tin roofs, that is for sure. Dents them up and it's loud.
Right. It's not good anywhere. I've been in a car and just drive around like crazy, so I find something to drive under, the gas station or something, because it's crazy.
It'll dent the heck out of a car. I know Texas has huge issues with that. Texas, Dallas and other markets there.
Right.
They have huge hail damage all the time, big time. So yeah, lots of hail damage. Have you guys been watching any links from Crypto Banner or any of the other crypto websites like BitBoy or any of those? Because they do have some pretty good stuff. Check in like once a week and see what they got. There's some good stuff like he was talking about today. It's one of those things, oh my God, I got to save this and let you guys listen to this about the cycle. You're listening for the big stuff, right? A lot of times during the week, it's just a lot of, nothing, right? They're just talking about some basic stuff. But when you get to the numbers where you talk about Bitcoin hitting, near the bottom of what should be near the bottom of its bear market cycle as far as that hitting in that 70 to 80% price point reduction, then we know we should be at a pretty good time to start dollar cost averaging in. And then hopefully, it shoots up nicely. I don't think it'll go up anything really super quick. I still feel like it's gonna be a slow, steady one, but definitely plan on it going up here, hopefully in the summertime still, and if not in the
Right.
fall,
Right.
keep our fingers crossed. But, because what I bought last fall and into the winter is all down, well down. I haven't bought a ton then, but I bought enough that it's like, I don't like that. I don't like it when it's down, but yeah, it was like when I bought in 2017 and 2018, everything got crushed. And I was just down that was the longest bear market Bitcoin and the crypto cycle ever had, because it wasn't until 2020 that it really recovered. And then 2020, after basically it was after COVID, and in 2021 it really shot up, right? And then 2022 we've been down the whole year so far. So we will see what goes on, but signs are pointing that we're near the end of it, and hopefully it is. And like I said, matter of fact, I'll have to send you guys the Bullshift website too. If you guys want to listen to some of his stuff, he's got great stuff. He doesn't put anything on YouTube. He's not on YouTube. So you kind of have to go to his private thing, and he's opening up a private account for trading. If you're interested in commodities, he's mostly going to be into the commodities trading, but he does talk about cryptos as well. That is for sure. But he's a good one to follow. He's just been very accurate over the years. And I think that's all I had to show you guys.
Okay.
So any other questions before we wrap up this phone call at all?
Yes, Paul. Hi. This is
Hey, how are
Wei.
you? How are you?
Hi. Yeah, I just want to follow up on the IRA, Bitcoin IRA, because iTrust Capital doesn't take any Hawaii resident.
Oh, so you got to go in a Bitcoin IRA? Is that your question? Is that allowable in Hawaii? Is that your question?
My question is, the one you recommended doesn't take Hawaii resident. So
Yes.
I wonder if you have a list of the IRA. Yeah, Bitcoin IRA, I think it depends on what exchange they work with.
Yeah.
I haven't
There's-
tried a Bitcoin IRA yet.
There is another company, Scott Zylstra was the name of the guy. I'm going to reach out to a friend of mine that dealt with him, because I don't remember the company's name. I just remember Zylstra. And the friend of mine that's in Hawaii was able to buy there. He was able to buy through that account. And it's, I think, in either Great Britain, there might even be in Australia too, this company. I'll find out for you. On this one, let me get back to you on that one, and hopefully I'll have that answer for you by tomorrow. Because that's important, because Hawaii is so restricted on where you can buy and what you can buy. I don't even know if you can buy on Binance.us. I don't think you can buy on Binance.
No, I think only Kraken and only very few
Very
exchange
few.
allow. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gemini,
super
I think is okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. Hawaii is like the most restrictive of all the states with cryptos. And now, look, I was talking to that friend of mine. He said they are shutting down the coal power plant, which is going to reduce their electrical resources by 10%. They're going to have rolling blackouts. He's all ticked off about this. Rolling blackouts when it's really hot, no air conditioning. So I feel for you. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it's not too bad there. But I will find out Scott Zylstra's company and what that is, so you can invest with them. That one's not Bitcoin IRA, so I'm trying to remember the name of his. But I will get that. I will get that from him, the guy in Hawaii. So I'll reach out to him and get back to you on that. Any other questions, guys? All right. If not,
I also have
okay.
another question. So
Yep.
in terms of the time management, so how often do you check on the crypto market and check on the update? Is there, like, you have a set schedule, you check in the morning?
yes,
and go
I
about
check
your
every
day.
morning. I check every morning, and I usually check about 6 or 8 times a day. I'm a little crazy with it because I'm just curious what's going on, right? Like what's shifting in it. And I'm actually looking at the stock market too, even though I don't really have anything in the stock market. I still want to, because it follows the NASDAQ so much and it just follows the stock market. So I'm watching both all the time for sure. And then follow up if there's anything going on with, like Celsius or BlockFi or any of these DeFi plays going on. I'm really starting to listen to it. I'll go on and listen to some live stuff going on YouTube and see the meltdown as it's happening. So I'm on there a lot. As often as you can do it. You don't want to get too inundated. The best time if you want to get some real good info on crypto, end of the day when you're about to go to bed, or like for me, what I'll do is I'll put my earbuds in as I'm getting ready to go to bed, lay down and listen to like 15 or 20 minutes of one show. And it almost puts me to sleep, but you're listening to it, just getting some basic info of what you missed on the day, more or less crypto recap, you can call it. So that's a good time to do it too. And then just check it again in the morning and see what's going on. But when in the bull market, it gets crazy. In the bull market, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll just be looking at my portfolio, just checking all the time. It gets crazy. I'm like, what am I doing? Waking up and then you see it up and you're all excited and you can't fall back to sleep. Well, let's hope we get there soon with the bull market. But yeah, don't go too crazy watching it because we'll drive you nuts if it's going the wrong way, if it's going down.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I'm not looking at my stocks now.
Yeah, I know. My wife's she's got money in the stock market and I'm watching it and she's like, don't tell me what's going on.
Just don't even tell me. That's my.
Hey, as long as you're playing long term, you're going to be fine. These short term drops when it goes down and it hits these bear markets, just ride it out. And then, whether it's the stock market, crypto, whatever it is, ride it out. It's gonna come back.
Yeah.
But in crypto, it's important to be in the right things.
In the stock market, we need another GameStop.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We need another GameStop. Is right.
Of course, I'm in an age group where I'm not in a high spec thing, but I told my financial advisor, I said, well, just throw something in there for a couple of weeks and see what happened. In 3 weeks, he made $68,000 for it.
Oh, wow, that is awesome.
With GameStop. But it's all gone now.
Don't worry, it'll end up coming back there. It'll end up coming back. You just got to give it time.
So then I'm not in that speculative thing, but then I start yelling at him, well, why did you leave it in there long when he says I'm not supposed to?
Yeah, those plays, the speculative plays, you want to be in and out, and out.
Right. Well, I guess he timed that one exactly right, because
Nice, he did.
Nobody can complain about making $68,000 in 3 weeks. So
Heck no. No, it's like the best trade I ever made was with Theta and Theta Fuel in the middle of the bull market. It was January of 2021, and I just turned some Bitcoin, like 3 different Bitcoin into, when Bitcoin was like 60 at that point.
Right.
Into Theta and Theta Fuel. And over the next 2 days, it shot up to where I made the trade itself would have made me $200 and some thousand dollars if I just cashed out, which I should have done, but I didn't. I wrote it out. I wrote it all out, but I'm long into those cryptos and I was staking them too after I got them. So it's one of those things. I'm in them long. I'm like, all right, it's going to be volatile and I can't look at that. And it's an unrealized loss, right? Because I never or unrealized gain. So
right.
No,
But he was looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, you told me I couldn't do it. I would have loved to do it because they love that.
Oh, they do.
You could play. I said, no, just throw it in there for a couple of weeks. I said, couple of weeks. Just throw something in there for a couple of weeks. Well, he had it in there for, I guess, because it was rising so crazily. He left it for another week. So in 3 weeks, I made $68,000. So I said,
that's awesome. That's what we need, another one of those, right?
As I said, we need another GameStop. Trust me.
Absolutely. The key is to investing in any of these things. When you see a particular sector getting hammered downward, that's usually a good opportunity to go in there and buy that. Like, and right now it's cryptos and gold and silver, they're hammered down. It's a
Right,
good time to buy them. Like right now, real estate's not the greatest buy. Real estate's got headwinds. And like I've been coaching our students in real estate right now, like be careful what you're buying. You guys, a lot of you guys are in real estate. So we'll talk about that real quick too. What I'm seeing in the real estate market with rates increasing, obviously, like we've had, and
Right.
things are starting to slow down. Not so much in Florida, right? Florida's still
oh, no,
got
it's slowing too. It's
a little bit, right? It's
it's
still
the
slowing
same.
down a little bit.
Yeah, it's what it's right now. What Florida is just evening out. It
Yeah.
hasn't started the drop yet, you know.
Yep, I
It's
agree.
like I told my clients, is what you all don't understand is it's not like you're approved, you make $1 million. I said, you're approved on your DTI, your debt to income ratio.
Yes. Yeah.
I said, if you can make $1 million, if you spend 999,000 of that,
Yeah.
then you're going to buy a $200 car and $200 house, So it's like, so I say you really basically to put it in something you understand, you're approved on your payment,
Right.
what it is. And I said, so that's the problem is that those people that were approved to buy a $500,000 house can now only buy a $450,000 house because of
Yes.
the interest rate, because they said,
Yep.
well, and because they all walk around and say, well, the interest rate rose, so that's going to affect the market. And I go, how? And they don't know, So I explained to them, I said, what it is that it's like anything else. The demand for it, I said, and what you have, I said, we don't have a big enough inventory. But the problem is what's going to happen is that exactly what I said, it's going to make that person that was approved to buy your house no longer approved. So the
Yep.
more you shrink your buying pool, the less your house becomes worth, because if you've got a new job, you've got to be in LA in 3 weeks, and nobody, those 6 people, you don't have any offers when we're getting offers in 3 minutes.
Yeah. It
Then
was
you've
crazy
got,
before.
then for the first time, I think it was last week, we had people that were lowering
Lowering their
their
prices, right?
listed price.
Yeah,
Hasn't happened in months and months,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
And the inventory's going up a little bit too, a little bit more than it was. It's still low,
Yes,
but it's going
But
up
it's,
more than
yeah,
it was.
it's low, but it's in some areas around here, like for instance, St. Pete is really low. So
Oh,
our
yeah.
prices are still way up there, because of it. Because we're a peninsula. So we, unlike Tampa and all the other places that build all day, every day, for
Yep.
365 days, we recycle. If we want to build something, we have to tear something down. Literally. So we have no inventory. We have no land is what it
Yeah.
amounts to. We're surrounded on 3 sides by water. And inside of that land that we have like, next to me, there's a subdivision called Lakewood. It's where
Yes.
the second largest golf course in the area is there, but it's also
Right.
called Lakewood because there's 8 lakes.
Mhm.
It's 8 lakes in there. So now a little bit of land is smaller than it was. So,
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is, but it is changing pretty quick. We had 9 million buyers fall off over the past few months because interest rates doubled, and interest rates never doubled in
I
the
know.
same calendar year in the history of this country. So that's
I
a
know.
big selling thing. So we're going to see that. We're going to see this. It's going to,
yeah,
I think we'll really start to see it probably late in the summer and into the fall, because, real estate's so lagging from what's happening now. You don't really see the effects till 3 to 6 months later.
yeah.
So, yeah, we will.
In the last whatever number of months, say 3 months or whatever, the price of my house has increased by $150,000.
Wow.
If you can't believe that, that's just crazy. this
It
case.
is.
'Cause I didn't do anything but open the door and come in and go out. That's all I
You
did.
know, you are 1,000% right. From the time I bought my house last August until now, it's increased $500,000. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's unrealized.
Yeah.
Gains. I'm not selling it.
Yeah.
60% on that mortgage, so I'll probably never sell that property because of that. It's so cheap. Money's too cheap.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, and I go, wait a minute, what is it? Because I'm looking for a client. I go, what happened? And at the same time, $950,000 by now, even because it's been a couple of weeks,
Mhm.
and because there are like 10 houses pending sale. So everyone that closed higher, you know. So
Yeah.
by now it's probably up $200,000.
Mhm. It probably is. Yeah, they're still going up right now.
Yeah, still going up.
You know, in Florida, we have so many cash buyers too, right? We think about it because
Yes.
there's a lot of baby boomers retiring, and baby boomer
Yes.
generation is the largest generation. It's like 80 million people. So with that being said, them coming down here and they're buying a lot with cash, interest rates don't matter as much in the Sun Belt. So like South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Arizona, these retirement areas, they
Right.
don't get hit as hard as quickly
Well, we
as the rest of the
also
country will be.
we also have the baby boomers as biggest group of people now.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
we've got people right now. I have people in luxury houses, you know,
Mhm.
people in $1 million houses that are now selling their houses and buying down. Well, that's just
Yeah.
a cash buy, you know,
Yeah.
with money
Yeah.
left over, you know. The only thing I do is just convince them not to get an RV. I got a couple of them. They're like, "Oh, why don't we just buy an RV?" You're not gonna do that, you know. So it's like, let's buy this condo, let's buy this, you know, because we're downtown St. Pete. You wouldn't recognize it. They're building all these high-rise condos and stuff now. So
They are. St. Pete is such a hot market. It's crazy.
it's
Such a hot market.
crazy. It's crazy. It really
really,
is right
really
now.
is.
And
But
I'm
it's
like,
fun to watch. It's fun to watch it go on. Like it's been a year and a half, 2 years of this in St.
Right.
Pete. It's been, and the whole state of Florida, but especially those coastal markets like that really, really go up. You
right.
know? It's been
That's
great. So we'll see how long this lasts here, Janice. We'll see how much longer it keeps going.
It's-
So, we got headwinds.
I'm banking on it. I'm probably up about 200 grand now. Now, Paul. So, but wait.
But it's unrealized gains. You won't be cashing out.
That's the problem. I'm trying to convince my husband, could we just sell our house? He's like, are you crazy?
Now's the time you sell, buy an RV, drive around a little bit with the market tank and buy back cheaper.
Right. That's it. That's what I told him. I said, look, you know, I can find us something cheaper or whatever. Well, first I said, well, you know, we could go live in one of our rental properties. He goes,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not living in those.
He doesn't want to downsize, not like that.
So I can just sit here and go, oh, I could make 200,000. Or I could just sit here and do this all day and I still won't be doing anything. And of course, the thing that's driving me the most crazy about this market, I am getting in the mail on a daily basis,
Oh, yeah.
2 to 3 requests to buy my property. I'm
Yeah.
getting phone calls like
Mhm.
crazy and stuff. And I'm like, go away. And they're telling me, well, you won't have to pay any commission. I am the commission.
I have the commission, that's right, I'm not paying it anyway.
You know, but they won't stop. It's
I
insanity.
know, I get them
The
too,
one-
Janice.
And then
Yeah.
they'll make you a small, you know, crazy offer. And I said, you know, I'm really, you know, I'm a very charitable person, but I don't think
Not
I'm
charitable.
think I'm that charitable. If I am, it's gonna be a charity I recognize, not the John Doe LLC.
Oh, it's the truth. It's the truth.
It's insanity.
It is insanity. We'll see where it goes though here. We'll see how much longer, you know, this real estate market goes and how much longer the crypto market gets hit here. But we'll keep our eye on it. We'll play on 2 weeks from now, we'll plan on our next coaching call here too, and hopefully we'll start seeing some signs of something one way or another. Knock wood. Knock
Right.
wood. Otherwise, we could just be trading sideways and still be similar to where we are. Now, the worst case scenario, if you're doing that dollar cost averaging, you'll be all right.
That's it. We'll be all right. We'll get
You'll be
there.
all right.
we get there.
Absolutely. All right, guys. If nothing else here, we will get ready for the next call. Good seeing everybody there, and we will catch you soon.
All right, thanks, Paul.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Paul.
Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.